This episode is proudly sponsored by lashbinder.com, a patent-pending tool that I developed to be the quickest, easiest, and safest way to apply lashes on yourself and clients. If you've ever tried applying lashes, you either use your fingers, which is pretty hard to master, a pair of tweezers, which can be super scary, or you were lucky enough to have a friend like me help you. Those days are long gone with Lashbinder, an applicator that'll have you looking fabulous in under a minute. Are you ready to say goodbye to expensive, damaging, and time-consuming lash extensions? Or hours spent in the mirror applying makeup? Don't you wish you could apply lashes easy and just go? Let your skin glow and your confidence skyrocket with the perfect pair of lashes applied with Lashbinder. Lashbinder is truly the lash tool you'll ever need. Be the first to get your hands on one today, exclusively at lashbinder.com. Be sure to find us on Instagram at lashbinder, LASHBINDER. Links in the show notes. Happy lashing!
Hey beauties, welcome to the Clean Beauty Podcast. Did you know that unlike most everything else in America, cosmetics are not regulated? This means that corporations can use thousands of potentially harmful ingredients that I personally know can cause health problems. I'm your host, Cassandra McClure. I've been in the beauty business for over 10 years as a celebrity makeup artist that advocates for safer and more sustainable cosmetics. Join me each week for important news, exclusive interviews, and more on the Clean Beauty Revolution.
Hey beauties, Cassandra McClure here. So excited to have someone visit the studio. This is like the third time I've had someone actually in my space, which is my little tiny house. So it's really fun. And I'm just going to let this girl boss introduce herself because she needs no introduction. And I can't wait for you guys to share this with me.
Thank you so much for having me here. I really love your space, by the way. It's a really cute space. So my name is Nicole Moreno-Deinzer. I am the founder and CEO of Epifania Magazine. It is a lifestyle magazine for Latinas. And we talk, I basically say it's a digital dining room table. We talk everything between other women who hustle, to travel, to relationships, to makeup, all that good stuff.
Okay. And we met at Alt Summit. So if you want to tell the story.
Yeah. So I was going to Alt Summit and they had this app where you could message people, you could post on the wall. And I was like, you know what? I want to be there for a week. It would be great to have content. So let me see if there's anyone that's willing to be interviewed and if we're able to do it. And Cassandra was one of the people that I was able to interview. Side note, it's really hard to interview people at an event. I thought it would be easier because everyone's there, but then you forget that everyone's super busy at this event. So we met and we did the interview the last day. We were there by the pool. It was super nice and sunny and relaxing. And it was a really beautiful ending to the summit.
That is so fun. And I am sitting here doing an Instagram post because you guys know that I give you previews on my page. And so I talked about Alt Summit, and one of the things that I said in a previous episode a few episodes ago was that I really wanted to use the app to my advantage. And before I even went, I was sending out messages. And so I love that, you meet those other people that are also trying to make work and life happen at the same time and hustle while you're at an event that you paid so much to go to. Yeah. And so we were both blessed to meet each other. And there was only 2 or 3 other big connections that I made. One was with MobCon and the other one was with another podcast that I had went, to go on. Beauty Mavens, shout out to those girls. But you get to meet the hustlers, and it's so fun when you do an event like that. And if there is an app, obviously we recommend it to take advantage of those tools because you are only going to be there for that amount of time. Even if you're there for 3 days, I would have done even more, I would want to connect with the people I really wanted to meet there.
Yes. And they made it really easy for their app to connect people. The only thing is I wish they made, so the last day Alt Summit had a co-working time space, and I wish they did something like that every day, where it was like a designated co-working space
That would be cool.
for people to like come and meet all at once.
Okay, so you're in Oakland area.
Yes.
You're in the Bay Area. So
Yes.
tell us your story. Tell us like where you're from, what your background is.
Where did Nicole come from?
Yes, tell us.
So I've been living in California my whole life. I was born in Gilroy, California. So for people that are not from California, that is about 2 hours south of San Francisco, an hour south of San Jose. Fun fact, the hospital I was born at actually is no longer there. So yeah, I lived in Gilroy, moved to Hollister when I was 13, basically lived with my parents and my 3 younger siblings. And then I went to community college in Aptos near Santa Cruz. So I've lived in Aptos, San Jose, Daly City, and now Oakland. So I sort of did this weird backwards C move all around the Bay Area. And before the magazine, I worked in the nonprofit sector for about 5 years. So I actually am very familiar with the peninsula because this used to be my territory for my job.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, well maybe we can collab with Sustainable Project because we're planning our summer event right now. So maybe some other founders that are involved with your magazine, we can connect and do something there. So I don't know. I feel like that's where how our minds work. Like she says nonprofit, I think of like mine, you know, like it's just, I think it's a natural flow. And so I think that's why we connected. And even though we missed each other a few times, we still made time to make it work. Yes. And sometimes you do need to give people like 2 or 3 chances, especially at an event like that where like the buses weren't working and like people were just going nuts. And it was like, so hard to navigate the place and I couldn't find anything.
And I'm one of those people that I give people like plenty of chances just because I also know for an interview or for like this podcast interview, you want people to be in a good state of mind. And if they are focusing on something else, it's just not going to be a great time. So it's like, make sure everyone's like in a good place to do it. Yeah.
We like literally had iced coffees by the pool. It was so nice. Highlight. So, okay. So, but how, like, what else do you want to talk about? Like, what do you know about clean beauty? You got to experience some other like workshops around, like, I don't know if you went to a fashion show or what you know about clean and sustainable living, and you're in the Bay. So obviously you're around other people that are
all about that. Yeah,
exactly. So I want to know like
why it's important to me. Yeah. So a little bit about my background story with makeup in general and beauty. I actually was one of those kids in high school that didn't wear a lot of makeup. It wasn't my thing. I just felt like it was something else I had to learn how to do, and I was just way too busy for it. And then in college, my early years, I didn't really wear makeup. I was living this beach lifestyle. Like one of my houses I lived in when I was 19 was right across the street from the ocean and from the beach.
Jealous.
Yes. It was a perfect way to live when you're 19. And so I was just wearing long skirts and living a very hippie kind of lifestyle.
I did that too.
Yeah. I didn't wear makeup until my first internship because I already was.
Where was that?
My first internship was at CBS 5 in San Francisco.
Oh my God. Yeah. I was on CBS. That's so funny.
So I had that internship actually for 2 years. They kept me on because they really liked my work ethic. Interesting. My internship.
That's a surprise. Like what worth it?
Yeah. So it was interesting because my internship was actually in the sports department. I know nothing about sports really. I thought I wanted to be a sports reporter. That dream went away fast. But they hired me because I just had really good energy and I was willing to learn. Like my first hockey game was like going with the cameraman and learning how to hold the camera and learning what players to watch out for. I had no idea what I was doing, but they let me do it.
That's
so
great.
Yeah. So I had to start wearing makeup just because I knew I'm going into the professional workplace. I am the youngest person probably in the room, and I know not to be
you
narcissistic.
Need to look a little older.
Yeah,
because you look young.
Yeah, I know I have a young looking face. I'm 33, by the way, guys, and people think I'm like a teenager or 25. I just know I naturally look younger, so I just need to put on like a little bit of makeup just so I look.
Oh my gosh,
age.
It's so funny she's saying this right now because like so many people wear makeup to look younger, but it makes you look older.
Yeah,
and that you need to stop and think about that and take that in because so many. And like the younger girls who wear too much makeup, it also can age them, like the wrinkles that it shows through with all the layers of foundation.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's like so not cute. So I don't know. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So because makeup wasn't, my first love and it was something I had to learn to do, I had to learn how to apply it correctly. But then I also was like, I have to spend money on something that maybe I don't really not want to spend money on. So I want to make sure I'm spending money on products that mean something to me. And so that actually had to start learning a lot about different products from like my 20s to 30s. Also, I had to pay attention to how my skin was changing. Your skin changes drastically from 22 to 33. And it's just, you're getting older and your skin might get tighter, it might get drier, might get oilier. And so you have to constantly change your products, which is like, can be really annoying, but it's something you have to do. And so what got me interested in more clean beauty was honestly also just like finances sometimes. Like I love doing homemade facials. I like doing things that I feel like if it's good to go inside your body, it should be good to go on top of your body. And there's still, don't get me wrong, my makeup bag is in transition. It's not completely 100% clean, but I want it to get there eventually, just because I feel like it's good for the environment. It's good for my skin. And, we're all living longer now. So we might as well take care of our one body we have.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad you're being honest about what's in your kit or what's in your bag, I should say. I just talked to 3 other makeup artists today. So I'm like, kit.
Yeah.
But thank you for being honest about that, because there are people and companies that claim that they're 100% everything, clean, sustainable, eco-conscious, but that isn't really possible right now to be 100% everything. Like no one is like living a fully sustainable life.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm looking at the new i3, like, the car, but even that has a little gas tank just in case for emergencies. Like I'm never going to say that I'm never going to use it, but it's just like funny how some, living in the forest and living off the land is one thing, but we live in like cities, we live in suburbs, and like, of course we're going to create waste. We're not going to remember our shopping bag every single time.
Yeah.
We're not going to, we need a lipstick. Sometimes we'll just go grab one. But the thing is, you don't want to feel bad about, you want to know that you're doing mostly good. So you can feel good about yourself, because that all that beauty is like starts from within. And when you start feeling bad about yourself, then it's like just becomes really toxic.
Yeah.
So it's good that you're making that switch.
Like a chore, and you don't want it to feel like you're doing something out of obligation. It should just come naturally.
And that's why you should find products that you love. So that's what we're going to get into.
Yes.
What are your favorite cleaner products? What do you have right now that even if it's just 1 or 2 things, what have you discovered?
So there are a few clean products. So one of my favorite cleaner products is actually a boutique product line. It's actually based out of Houston, Texas. I definitely want to give them a shout out. You guys can definitely buy them online. It's called Hollywood Hippie. The owner of it is Brandy, is amazing. So it's cruelty free, it's carbon free. She was a makeup artist, but her focus was makeup actually for television. So she did my makeup one time and it was very clean because she wanted just like clean lines and everything, because she was so used to doing makeup for people on camera. And when you're on camera, you actually don't need you can't look too cake on, especially if you're going to be like doing the news or you're doing like a role. You have to look as natural as possible. And so I really enjoy her brand because she really focuses on making sure the packaging is clean and that everything is like perfect. And she also has really good names for her lip gloss line.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah.
So you guys, she has an ambassador program.
Yes.
Like Lash Binder. That's amazing. It says, are you a fan of the brand? We love our Hollywood hippies. Use hashtag Hollywood hippies to show some love. I like that. And you get major rewards with this. So they have this similar setup to what we're doing with Lash Binder. Like if you're in the beauty world, you have so many choices out there. And if you're going to get into the clean space, there's only so many that offer any sort of discount, because you're right. Like it can get expensive and you want to test products out. So if they can send you a little welcome bag or a couple extra products to try, it's always fun. Oh yeah, she's so cute. I love this.
Yeah.
I'm totally going to reach out to them.
Yes,
and
definitely
tell them that you sent me, and maybe they'll be on the podcast soon.
Yes, and she's amazing. And so it's also, you're giving love to like another female entrepreneur, right? You can either buy her stuff online, or if you ever find yourself in Houston, you can go to the Thinking Boutique and it's right there.
Yay.
Yeah. So I think that is like Oh, so that's like the cleanest of products. Because honestly, I don't think my other products that I tell you guys are clean. But you know what's another thing I've been starting to use? I was very proud of myself. So on Amazon, I purchased reusable makeup remover pads. Because I felt,
the cotton rounds that you replace with the ones you throw away.
Yeah. Well, like, no, they were like, they're cloth. And so you wash them.
Yes.
And
That's
so,
what I mean.
And so I thought, for me, I take off my makeup off every day. And that's something like everyone tells you to do. Take off your makeup. And one of the things that was like actually quite annoying me was like, okay, I'm taking them off. The wipes. That doesn't
really even work that well.
And also it just stays in like the landfill for like years. And then also like just a one-time use like cotton swabs. I'm like, okay.
Those are annoying.
Yeah. And then also you get like
cotton on your face.
Yeah. And so I was just like, you know what? There has to be, and I was actually watching a BuzzFeed video about it. And I was like, you know what? Let me just buy a packet of these. And they are handy. And I'm just like, this is like extremely more useful. Yeah. And they're just really cute colors. So I use that, and I use coconut oil to remove my makeup.
Oh, I was just going to say that. Yeah. Same vibes. Oh my God. So it's so funny because I was looking for the cotton rounds too when I got into sustainability, because that's one of the first things, obviously, as a makeup artist, I needed to change, because I'm constantly making girls go wash their face again. Yes. I'm washing my face once or twice doing makeup videos and every night. But when I started looking, I found ones that were actually for like breastfeeding, like ladies with that, to put, but they're bigger. And I actually like those more than the baby sized ones. And they're like the same price for a larger one. Okay. And they're the same thing, made out of the same thing. They're just, women can put them over like after they're, so they're not leaking or something like that. I don't know what it's for exactly. But, they all come with cute little bags that you like can zip up and take with you, or the drawstring bags, right? Which are really cool. I take them with me on all my trips, and all my friends always say like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, they're just like my makeup. And I get everybody on them. Like, and I need to get an affiliate link, girl.
Yes, you do. Yes, so you do. Yes, because they are super helpful. And coconut oil, I think, is like amazing. Someone told me about that. And I also think one of the things that you have to be mindful of when you're going for a clean makeup bag is it's very hard for, like Cassandra was saying, for any company to be everything right now. So you have to make a mindful choice of what exactly is important to you at that moment. Is it makeup brands that are cruelty free? Is it makeup brands that doesn't have the fragrance? Or is it, all these things that maybe is important to you and also important to your skin? Like, what exactly is making your skin break out?
Yeah, for some people it could be more health-based. For me, that's most important, because I saw immediate problems with, like I saw relief in my skin, in my breathing. But for some people, they might care about the environment. So they might want more 100% recyclable or 100% biodegradable and things like that. So, there are some brands like Aether that I was working with that are all those things, but she's like one of the only people in the world that are doing that right now. So not even like, especially the big brands, like they're definitely not everything, but they're making a shift, which is amazing and which is so great.
Yeah. So I wanted to actually you brought up in your workshop that she did at Alt Summit, the Think Dirty app. So here's a little fun fact. I thought I had a really great body wash because it was packaged as like organic and everything, you know what I mean? And I got it at Target. I'm not going to name the brand because it's a known organic brand. Do. Okay, Method.
Oh my, yeah.
And it was like this body wash. And so body wash to me is actually one of the things that I'm always looking for, because I get like these like little red bumps, and I know like there's has to be something in there. I did the scan because I downloaded the app, and it was like
you can scan the barcode.
Yeah. And it was,
which makes it easy. So you don't have to like type in all what it is and everything, right? You scan the back of it.
Yes. It was worse than my deodorant that I use. And my deodorant that I use is actually another no-name brand, just because I got it free in a makeup kit and I wanted to use it so I don't waste it. But I thought, okay, so the one that I got, my deodorant isn't a clean brand. It's not an organic brand. And it somehow is better because it has less toxins than the one that is meant to be organic. And I'm like, I'm trying. I'm really trying, guys.
No, like once though, you're like, I don't want to wash my body with that again. And you just said like, oh, I should just use it. I don't want to waste it. And it's like, no, that's not the way to think when there's aluminum or like formaldehyde or some toxic chemicals in your product, it's not worth your health. Like, your armpits are so close to your breast tissue, and that's how people get cancer. And when you're talking about the feminine care products, that's how you get ovarian cancer. And so, like, body wash that washes down on you and lotions that you're putting down in your sensitive, like, I put lotion head to toe. So why would I like use it? You know, you have to be really careful around your, you know, like, reproductive organs, which are for us, like, you know, we need our breasts to give breast milk, and we need our vaginas.
Yeah. We do need our vaginas.
We do. We need them, I think. So it's just like, you have to get over the fact that you might be wasting $10. And if you need to throw something out, do it. Like, go crunchy. Like, it's fine. You can find cleaner stuff. And, like, don't use Schmidt's unless you like sandpaper. It's
so,
like very sandpapery feeling on your armpits.
I watch so many YouTube videos, and so every commercial is another deodorant that is aluminum free, and I love that.
At this point, YouTube should give me some funding, because I say YouTube every single episode.
Yeah, there we go. So, and then there's a lotion that I really like. It's called Everyone, I want to say. We'll put the correct wording in the description, but I found it at a boutique store in Dalhart, Texas, actually, which is a very, very small town in northern Texas. Yes.
Okay.
And so, and it was this boutique store that tried to sell, like, everything.
I believe
healthy.
This is also in Whole Foods.
Yes, it's in Whole Foods. I think it was created somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah.
Cool.
I think that's where it's from. And what I like about this, again, going back to the fact that I have pretty dry skin, and it does get, like, sometimes red buns.
Did you do this one on the Think Dirty app, though?
I didn't.
Okay.
But I like them just because my skin gets very, very itchy quite easily, and this lotion actually soothes it, and it's not that itchy.
Okay.
So, like it. Not 100% sure where it ranks, but for my skin, it worked.
Yeah. So it looks like a 32 ounce, which is like a large one, is like about $10.99. I feel like I've used this lotion too, but for me, I'm so picky. Like, I want a lotion that I look forward to putting on, or like so I think I've tried it, but I wasn't, like, super excited about it. So I don't think I work with them in that way, but I'm glad you found something that's cleaner, because these are GF, gluten-free, cruelty-free, non-GMO, synthetic fragrance-free. You know, it is a lotion that's much better, that is accessible to most people, because you can get it at Whole Foods and on Amazon for the same price you'd get it in the store. And they do have a very high rating, and, you know, like, that can work too. So for anyone out there that's on a budget who doesn't want to spend $30 for a lotion from Beauty Counter or somewhere like that, you can always go to Find Everyone, and correct me if I'm wrong if this is not rated well. Apparently the fragrance in this is oil-based and non-synthetic. So EWG app is an app you can go on. It's EWG.org, and it is an app, but it's a verified kind of umbrella term, similar to Think Dirty, but their standards are, like, pretty high, and so, but they rank in different things. So it's always good to check Think Dirty and EWG to see what they say about each other, because the thing about Think Dirty is that something with, let's say, gluten in it is like an 8.
Yeah.
But if you're not allergic to gluten, for you, it's like a 2. So you need to look at what the ingredient is that's in red, because if it's fragrance, clearly, like, you don't want to use it. But if it's like something, like I said, like gluten or like, then you're kind of like, oh, well, it's not going to be bad for me. But for some people, they have allergic reactions, you know, or like honey. Or like some things that people are allergic, or nuts, or if it's in a facility where there's, like, you know, things like that. So Think Dirty is amazing. And I know I've talked about Think Dirty, but just to clarify for people that might have just started trying it and are now scanning all their apps, all their products right now, it is, it's a little gray, and EWG is a great place to go as another resource. So if you really start getting into clean beauty, you'll start to know all of this. But the whole point of this podcast is so that you can go somewhere and just know that when you buy a product, it's good. And you don't have to go do all the hard work. And we're doing all the hard work for you. So I will dig a little bit more. And if This, everyone, is in the show notes. You guys know it's good.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So again, I think what's great is that you have to, what both Cassandra and I are talking about is your skin types are completely different. And so you have to figure out what works best for your
And
skin.
what is your skin type?
Yeah. So my skin type is pretty dry. And it's also a little bit oily in the like nose area. And
T-zone.
in the T-zone area. One of the things I realize if I break out, or not even like a major breakout, if I start like,
I get like 2 pimples and I'm like,
yeah, yeah. But for me, I'm like, I've pretty much ever since past like high school, like, you know, the age where you're breaking out a lot, I've had pretty clear skin. So if a product makes me break out like 1 or 2 pimples, like, but consistently for a week, then I know there's something in there that my skin doesn't like. And then something else I've learned when you're trying out a lot of different products, even if they are clean products, is take it easy, because it's sort of like you're putting all this new stuff on your skin, even though it's clean.
yes.
And so that might cause a breakout. So like introduce new products like one at a time.
You always want to swatch.
Yeah.
You should be patch testing any new product that you're going to be putting on your face, especially because, for example, I went into Credo with Sophia, my head artist in California, and we were really having fun trying out all the eyeshadows.
Yeah.
And we walk out of the store and I look at her and I'm like, oh my God, her eye was swollen shut because there was like a baking soda or a baking powder in the shadow that replaced something else. And I am also sensitive. If I use baking soda deodorant, I also get super
Like a red
inflamed
rash,
and
yeah.
red and itchy. And so she was like freaking out. And so we went and talked to them and they said, oh yeah, you know, like, and this is a great example. Like, as professional artists, we thought we know what we were doing. We were getting a little mini makeover in Credo, which is like the cleanest store that you can find. And we've also experienced problems. I bought a deodorant from there that was like $30, and I went home and I was like, why am I so itchy and red? And I also cleaned it, shared it with my girlfriend Stephanie, who's my best friend, and she also was like, why am I so itchy? And I was like, you're allergic to this baking, you know, this ingredient. And so it's interesting because you do need to patch test and find out and put it, you know, on your wrist, on your forearm, because then you can see if anything is going to be if you're going to react to those things. So I love this episode. It's been really great. I think we'll definitely bring Nicole back on for a future episode. If you guys have questions about her magazine or want to check it out, here are all the places that you can go find it.
Yes. So you guys could just quickly Google Epifania Magazine. It's Epifania. So how you spell Epiphany in Spanish or Italian. And magazine, you can find it on Instagram, Twitter, and the handle is just Epifania. So Epifania mag, M-A-G. And you guys can find it there. So yeah, the website is Epifania, L-Y-L. So the L-Y-L, we can get into that in episode 2, actually stands for Love Your Life. So it's Epifania, L-Y-L.com.
Awesome. And how can they get in touch with you directly?
So you guys could either message me on Instagram or you can email me. And my email address is Nicole@loveyourlifeoutlook.com. That will be in the description of this episode. So you guys could definitely reach me out there. But email, Instagram message, and also Facebook messaging works too.
And if you guys want to learn a little bit more, I'm going to be adding a lot of show notes with a lot of notes to everything we talked about, plus a little bit more about the magazine and Nicole. And I also want to give her the platform right now to share what she's looking for with her magazine, who she might be looking to interview in the future, and who might be a good fit for her, whether you're in the Bay Area or somewhere else.
Yes. So the magazine, we have a lot of supporters in New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, and actually Seattle. So that whole area. Or all those areas. What I'm looking for right now is, one, I'm looking for summer interns. So if you live in any of those cities, we could definitely bring you on as an intern because the internship is remote. So that would be great because my spring interns are finishing up soon. So it'll be great to bring on some summer interns. And you'll be working a lot on just social media. And then 2, I'm always looking to interview new women bosses that are either, you know, creating a product that is going to be beauty products, makeup products, a product that maybe focuses on kids, just because we are starting to have more and more readers that have children, and also travel writers. So if you are a travel writer, definitely hit us up. So interns, anyone that has created like a beauty product or a product for children, I would love to interview. And then travel writers would be great.
Amazing. And I thought this was so fitting. I just saw a review from Crit Dog 721 on the Clean Beauty Podcast app on iTunes. And they said, love it. 5 stars. Loving the podcast. So happy we connected at all. Can't wait to keep listening. XO Beauty Mavens. So thank you so much to the girls at Beauty Mavens. Yes. I love it. Listen into their podcast as well to hear my episode. And stay tuned on Instagram. Make sure you follow Nicole and I and the magazine, and we'll be talking more soon. Yes. Love you all.
Bye, guys.
All right, so that's it for this week's episode on the Clean Beauty Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to head over to iTunes to review, rate, and subscribe to the channel. Until next week, stay beautiful.